Culture Punch Studios, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for returning for your daily dose of culture. In this episode, for those of you guys that are new, I want to go ahead and do a review. This is going to be, I think, the channel's first review, if I'm not mistaken. I did one on the podcast, so make sure you guys go check that out. And speaking of podcasts, make sure you guys go support the podcast because I just released an episode in relation to what we're going to be reviewing today. So I'm going to go ahead and link that in the description below, but just look for the question mark, baby. That's me, Culture Punch Podcast. Get your daily dose, all right? So in this video, we're going to go ahead and do a review of the spelling bee contestant asks the definition of what is a woman. And it's by the Babylon Bee. It's a channel called the Babylon Bee. I just recently discovered these guys, and I think they're hilarious in some of the things that they do. And I wanted to review this one without having seen it. I just thought it was interesting, and it was related to what I did with the podcast in the last episode. So let's check it out.
Our next spelling bee contestant is Madison. Your word is precocious.
Can you use it in a sentence, please?
Precocious. Little know-it-alls like you are annoyingly precocious.
Precocious. Precocious. Precocious.
That's correct.
Oh, even with the hair whip.
Lincoln,
With the hair whip, huh?
your word is woman.
Well, woman, can I have the country of origin, please?
I don't, probably England or Germany or something. Woman.
Can I have the definition, please?
All right, so already we have, first of all, before I get into that, I want to say something. So the basic question of what is a woman has been very difficult to answer for a lot of people. We lost sight of facts and started transcending into delusion. And so you can see in the video that the guy is not wanting to answer this because he knows the stance, the political stance and the economic or social stance that people have on the transgender movement and especially the controversy surrounding the definition of a woman. If we live in facts, which we all should, science facts, right? We should be able to answer this easily with a definition in the dictionary. But because of the times that we're living in and the delusion, how people are getting canceled, he doesn't want to answer it. And it's funny. I love how they dumb it down to basics. You can argue back and forth all you want with delusion and facts of what a woman is and what a woman isn't. But taking it back to a spelling bee, truly, you are allowed to ask country of origin, the definition, use it in a sentence, and they're struggling to give the definition already, or at least from what it looks like. Let's see if that's the case.
Why don't you ask Judge One that question?
Yeah, there you go.
Can I have the definition of woman, please?
No.
Why not?
Nope. Just no. No, you can't.
I'm allowed to ask for definitions, right?
The thing is, a woman is a woman is
What's that?
is
What
women.
she's trying to say is that each person gets to define for themselves what a woman.
It's one thing to convert and become a transgender woman and want to identify as a woman, but it's another thing when you double down and try to say that you are a real woman, because by definition, we know that that's not the case. And now we've entered this place where to he his own, we all have our own definition of woman. No, we don't. That's delusion. There's only one definition of woman, true definition of woman, and everything else is delusion. I feel like gender dysphoria, that is a real thing that people actually go through and suffer. I feel that people have exploited that, and we're not punishing the people that are exploiting that because of social stance and because they don't fit in. They're jumping with the new fad, which is just let's jump on the transgender train because I don't fit with my gender. I'm going to transition, and there's starting to be stories out there where people are actually regretting those transitions. I really do recommend going and watching Matt Walsh's What is a Woman? I think that some of it is done in poor taste, but I feel the overall message is something that everyone should see. But this is delusion. The fact that you can't define and your comeback is no, and everyone can make up what a woman is to themselves is not true. We're going away from reality and we're going into delusion.
Is.
So can you define it?
No.
No.
Yeah, there it is.
Why? I just want to know the definition of woman.
And that makes you a hateful little bigot, Lincoln.
I don't hate anybody.
How about we just use it in a sentence? Abortion is a woman's right.
If a woman makes an accusation, we should believe all women.
Okay, all right, so no secret, the abortion, the woman has a right to an abortion is a shot at Roe v. Wade. It's also a shot at the woman's choice, right? And let me rewind a little bit. What did he say right there?
Woman makes an accusation, we should believe all.
And the woman making an accusation, we should believe all women. That's the Me Too stuff. That's the Me Too mentality. I feel a lot of women out there have a story to tell. And you can go back on my podcast records and you can see this. I truly believe that we need to listen to these stories. The problem is you have those women out there that are craving the attention, that are trying to cry wolf, that are stomping and tarnishing the movement of Me Too. And we're going to start getting to the point, especially after the Amber Heard and Johnny Depp stuff that we saw. You're going to start to see that we're going to start to question women again, as opposed to just believing everything they say, which that's nonsensical. You got to take it case by case, investigate, and go based off of the facts. A lot of stuff happened a long time ago, but it's a judgment of character also. And with the R. Kelly stuff, if you believe that he did it, if you believe he didn't, whatever the case is, there's so many stories that would align that say that he did what he's been accused of. You don't have that many accusations unless there's some kind of truth to it, is what I'm trying to get at. That's a part of the investigation process. So to say that we have to believe all women when they come forward, we still have to do our part in investigating, because we cannot be putting people away that did not commit any crimes when that has already happened and women are not being punished for that. There's no punishment, or add a punishment to people who falsely accuse someone of
Women.
Joe Biden picked a woman as a running mate.
Ketanji Brown Jackson is the first black woman on the Supreme Court.
Hillary Clinton should have been the first woman president.
Okay, so I like this. I like this because if you've seen the documentary of Matt Walsh, he goes around asking people what a woman is, and no one can give an answer, a true answer. It's almost a deflection. They'll give the general, like everyone can identify a woman to what they please, or you'll get people defining the definition of a woman with the word woman in it, and you just can't do that. That's what I think is going on right now.
Penn swimmer Leah Thomas is a woman.
I'm a woman.
I'm not a woman. Woman.
How can you use it in all those sentences if you don't know the definition?
Listen, you intolerant little bigot, just spell the word so we can get a girl up here to win this whole thing.
The definition of woman is woman. Woman. A woman. Woman. Are you happy?
That doesn't make any sense.
It's a simple word. We all know what a woman is. Just spell woman.
Do we though?
Okay.
Do we really all know what a woman is? I feel like people forgot, but that's funny. The frustration. Listen here, you little bigot.
Woman. W-O-M-A-N. Woman.
Wrong! It's got an X in it now for some reason. W-O-M-X-N. Now get out of here!
Okay, hold on. Is that true? Does it have an X in it now? I know X is because you don't want to identify, right? Male, female, X, but is that true? I haven't heard that.
Kenny, you're up next.
X doesn't make that sound.
All right, so that's the end of the video. All right, so it speaks for itself. You see where the shot is being taken. You see what the message is coming across. It's that people do get irate, and people cannot define the simplest of a word in woman. People can define what a man is, but for whatever reason, they cannot define what a woman is. And that's the controversy we live in today's world, unfortunately. So I don't know. But yeah, thank you guys. Again, that's the first reaction that we did on here. And I expected this one to be a little more funny because some of the other ones were a little funny, but the message is, for those of you guys out there, leave me a comment. Make sure you guys like and subscribe to the channel and this video. Appreciate all you guys out there. Thank you guys for the growth, and make sure you guys follow the podcast, Culture Punch Podcast. Again, I'll leave it in the description. I'll probably put something up somewhere over here, but that way you guys can go ahead and follow, and make sure you guys go check out some of those other YouTube videos that I've done, and give me your thoughts and opinions. I really appreciate it. And as always, peace.